Do, 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 do. Okay, excellent. Well, welcome to Elderworks Aging in Place session. Hopefully I can answer some questions today about aging in place and help you along the way. As you know, aging is so fun sometimes. Throws us curveballs. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. My name is Jennifer Prout. I am the CEO and founder of Elderwerks Educational Services, and hopefully you enjoy my educational program today. Today, we're going to talk about staying social, the challenges of aging in place, strategies to safely remain in the home, and planning for future needs. So for those who no longer drive, Illinois does have some bus transportation and things like that. So there's help for you. Some other states, not so much. By 2025, 1 in 4 drivers will be 65 or older. More than 50% of non-drivers over 65 don't leave their homes most days, which leads to social isolation. Is not so good for your psyche, that's for sure. And losing the ability to drive safely is a detriment to one's independence, and the lack of transportation options results in isolation. We would prefer that you stay social and get transportation to some fun events. So what are some things that social isolation does to us? It causes depression, loneliness. You can become entrapped in your own home and not feel safe leaving it. Your health will decline. You might have a mental status decline in your mental status as well, and your physical status. You might lose some strength in your muscles, which is never good, and it can cause long-term illness and possibly death. This all results in unhealthy habits. So remaining social will help you age in place well. If you're no longer social due to many reasons, it might be time for you to think about moving. But let's talk about aging in place. Hopefully we can get you there. So stay social. How do you stay social? Well, you join some groups, the religious organizations, your churches, synagogues. They all have different groups within them that you can join and stay social. Senior centers, there's educational opportunities such as through Elderworks. There's clubs such as card clubs, wine clubs, travel clubs. There's transportation available to different kinds of programs. You can exercise by yourself or in programs live, or there are exercise programs you can do virtually through webinars, and Elderworks has those to offer you as well. But stay connected. Stay connected with friends and family via text, phone, messaging, Facebook, however you want to. Just make sure you're staying connected. And then volunteer. If you're bored, every social service I know loves volunteers, including Elderworks. Our volunteers are our core. They're our core. Socialization can also include local senior communities. A lot of the senior communities out there do have programs where you can go and visit, have lunch, join their after hours events and things like that. You can try going to restaurants. There's a lot of restaurants which have naturally growing social groups. I know there's a few McDonald's out there where a lot of veterans meet in the mornings for coffee. Anything you can do to find some fun, but make sure you eat right. Join different events, support groups. You can join many different ways, and of course, social media. So there are virtual connections as well. So you can do normal events together by talking and meeting with your children, your adult children, your grandchildren. You can do so many fun things virtually now too. So you can virtually watch a movie together. You can virtually bake a cake. So you can have 2 cakes made at the same time. You can make dinner together, or you can actually physically do it together, which is really nice. Family game night is wonderful. Even if you don't have family close, your friends are your adopted family. Hang with your friends and play games. Go to your church or synagogue, which we mentioned. Watch the opera, go to a play or a musical. Volunteer and participate in a charity event, or create a cookbook. Create a legacy, write down all of the history of your life and share that with your family. They want to know where you came from and why you are the way you are. And it helps them keep that legacy in the family forever, which is really, really cool. You can join a veterans organization, the Moose Lodge, Rotary, Lions Club. Rotary is wonderful. They're a big group of people who just give back to society, which is really nice. You can join a sewing group, a painting group, join and play cards, go to a garden club. There are many opportunities. A lot of these are a lot of the organizations notify people by email, through newsletters, through online social posts. Not so much in the newspapers anymore. It's expensive to advertise, so most people just do it organically through trying to share through friends kind of thing. To stay accessible, you can get something like the GrandPad. Now, the GrandPad is made for your whole family. It keeps you connected with your family. It's a safety piece. It's an iPad in a stand where you can have photos in it. You can have, you can send and receive emails from people you know and authorize. You can have pictures on it, so you can make a call. So if you have a loved one who can't really read anymore, there's pictures, so they can just push the picture. The weather's on there. You can put your favorite songs on there. You can play games on there. You can have all of the important numbers in this system and exclude ones that are scammers. So you can put your doctors in there. You can put your family in there, your friends, but those who aren't listed in your friends and family will not be able to get through on the phone, which is really nice. Protect your loved ones. There's accessibility apps now for hearing. Edtechpicks.org, you can find all sorts of things on there for the impaired. It tells you about all accessibility apps that are out there. You can stay connected via FaceTime, Zoom, Skype, any of those things where you can actually physically see someone and talk to them live, which is really fun when you have grandkids across the nation. So if you have grandkids in California, you can still talk to them every day, which is really neat. And you could read them a bedtime story if you wanted to, which is really fun. So if you're going to join social media, we always have warnings, right? We want you to stay safe. So on Facebook, what you want to do is set up your privacy settings. You don't want to connect with anyone you don't know. So that could be part of your privacy settings. Anything you post and your friends post, only your friends and family can see. No one that's not part of your friendship can see it, which is really nice. You can follow your friends and family and see what's going on with them. You can post photos from the events you go to, or even see the photos from events from your family and friends that they're going to that you want to see. And you can post and read personal connections. The thing about Facebook is it's good and bad. It posts a lot of really good information, but there's a lot of disinformation too. So make sure you know what you're reading and it's true. There's always fact checking. You can fact check things on Google or any other platform, but make sure that you just don't fall into a trap by clicking on clickbait or something like that. Sometimes we like animals. So there's pictures of animals all over Facebook. I love the animals. They're my favorite. But if you click the picture, they may capture your information and now your information is no longer private, and then they do with it what they will. So don't click on clickbait. Don't do those surveys that says, hey, what kind of person are you? Are you a good person or are you a happy person? Don't click any of those. That's all clickbait. They just want to capture your information. It also leads to identity theft. So be careful with that. Twitter is a good place. Well, it's now called X, which is still whatever. My opinion is it's a little crazy, but we're going to call it Twitter because I prefer Twitter. You can read interesting articles from people you respect on there. You can also read articles from people you don't respect on there. Follow people you want to read about, post tweets about interesting things happening in your life. It's good to follow the news on there. You can get ready news instantly on X. There's many other sites to stay social. LinkedIn is more of a business networking kind of site. It's great to find job opportunities on LinkedIn and find professionals who work in whatever industry you want to look into. Pinterest, you can pin things like pin recipes, pin pictures, if you're a seamstress, you can pin something that you've sewn. If you do something cool, you can pin it. That's what Pinterest does. And people follow that because they like to follow creative people. YouTube is a wonderful place to watch videos and learn how to do things. If you don't know how to hang art, it'll teach you how to hang art. If you don't know how to knit, it'll teach you how to knit. There's thousands and thousands of videos on YouTube. It's a great place to watch and learn. Etsy is also another creative site. It's kind of like Pinterest, where you can go and look up really neat things that people do. People have specifics they follow, and then you can follow those people or those programs or products. There are many senior-friendly sites that are secure. So the Illinois Department on Aging has a lot of information on there where you can go there and it's a safe site. Seniornet.org provides older adult education for you and helps you access computer tech. AARP, medical resources for specific illnesses and concerns, such as the Alzheimer's Association or the Cancer Federation, or any of those things are secure sites. There are brain game sites where they can keep your brain active, all kinds of different games, and you can choose what games you want to do. Those are fun. Just make sure wherever you're going, it's a secure site. And how do you tell it's secure? By this. Up here, there's a lock. So this is Elderwerks website. If you look here, you'll see a lock. If it's not a secure site, you will see this unlocked. So be careful if you go into an unlocked site. And whatever you do, if you go on a site, if you register your information, if you put your name, your address, your phone, your email, they're capturing your information and you need to know what they're doing with it. Okay. Elderwerks does not capture information or do data mining. Data mining means we capture information. And those that do data mining sell your information. So now the whole world knows who you are. Or they take your information and they share it with other organizations so they get paid. Just be careful of where you log in and know what you're looking for. Elderwerks will never sell your information, will never give your information out to anyone unless you tell us to, and you know who's contacting you. So always know before you enter any information in. Now, if you're shopping at a store, so let's say you go to Publix or Jewel grocery store, and you log in there, that's so they can keep track of what you're putting in your basket if you're going shopping. And that's how they send you coupons for things in your area. So those are okay. But when you're going on a general site, let's say you're looking for senior housing, you may not be going into the community you think you are. You may not be looking at what you think you are. It may be a site pretending to be something that they're not. All right, avoid clickbait and viruses. Never click on a pop-up ad. If an ad pops up, just close it out. Never ever click on it. Don't believe what you read when things just pop up, because pretty much they're lies. I get on my computer sometimes a pop-up that says, you've been hacked. Click here so that you can pay so and such money so that we can release your computer. I haven't been hacked. If I click that, I'll be hacked. So I don't click it. I close it out. I close out all my computer. I turn my computer off and on again, I reboot. And that way I make sure that nothing's there. When opening an email, only open files from trusted sources. Items you're expecting. PDF files could be safe, but make sure you know what's coming through. A lot of people send jokes and attachments. If you don't know who it is, don't open it. If you're not expecting something, don't open it. And don't friend anyone unless they know many of your friends or you initiate it. So for instance, if you're on Facebook and Mr. Joe Smith contacts you and says, hey, I want to be your friend. Well, if Joe Smith is friends with 100 or more of your friends, he's probably a good guy and he's fine. If it's someone with 1 or 2 of your friends, I would not friend them. Or if it's a friend who's already friended you, that means someone's hacked their account. So don't friend them again. And when in doubt, ask a 10-year-old. Remember, we weren't born knowing about computers. We weren't born with a computer even around us yet. Computers were invented in the 80s. So guess what? The 10-year-olds know more than we do. Just how it is. It is quite interesting how much they know. You can always put yourself on the National Do Not Call Registry. That way you don't get calls from people you don't want, which is helpful. You can remove your name from mailing lists. You can send your name and address to Mail Preference Service Direct, and they'll remove your name from mailing lists and junk mail lists. If you register for anything, so let's say you like to donate money and you have some specific organizations you donate money to, such as something to do with pets or animals or your church, that's great. Pick your charity and donate to them. However, if charities find out you're donating to a charity or two, you will get on the charity list and everybody and their brother will be asking you for money. Just pick 1 or 2 charities that you prefer and donate there and ignore those junk mails that come in, because you could spend thousands and thousands of dollars a month on donations and not even realize it. When safety first, guys, many older adults want to age in place and stay in their own homes as they get older, but many have concerns about safety, getting around, and may need help in the future with their daily activities. So what we want to do is plan now, and that's where we're going. We're going to start planning. We're going to plan to age in place. Aging in place is not about remaining in a house. It's about remaining in control as circumstances change in whatever environment is considered home. A home could be in your house, your current house of 10, 20, 30, 40, 6 years. It can be in your new house. It can be in your new condo. It can be in your new apartment. It doesn't matter. It's wherever you're living. So aging in place is a continuum, not an event in time. Your needs will change. Your plan needs to address your current needs as well as plan for future requirements. I always say plan today and plan again in a year. So every, I don't know, end of every year or beginning of every year, you should look at where you currently are and where you think you're going to be in the next year to 5 years and plan for that. Okay. Learn strategies to safely remain in your house or your home, discovered inexpensive methods to help you adapt your current living space, and explore home modifications that make sense. You don't want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars modifying your home if not necessary. I like to save money. I don't know about you, but I do. Activities of daily living, those are things like bathing, dressing, medications, taking your own medications, brushing your teeth, exercise, getting up in the morning. ADLs include feeding, bathing, dressing, transferring, and remembering to take your meds. Your IADLs are your shopping, cooking, cleaning, using the telephone, money management. Those are your strategies. What are you going to do to help you do these things? Okay. Being active is important, and getting help to keep you active is important. So some of the barriers to aging in place in your current residence are the lack of resources, complex health and housing needs, difficulty navigating the system, reluctance in accepting current and future limitations, and the home is not safe, or maybe the neighborhood's no longer safe. You have to actively or objectively look at where you're living and is it good for you? Do you like where you live? Are you happy? Are you thriving? Okay, that's okay. It's all about you. Lack of resources, government programs are available to help you stay in your home. Many people can't afford the home modifications and home-based services necessary to help them age in place, although there are some. I did hear that Medicare is going to start funding, or is funding, some home modifications. Not expensive ones typically, but they do help with home modifications now. And if you need that, we can put you in touch with specialists who do that. Non-compliance. I know we're all really good at following directions, right? Especially from our doctors. For many reasons, people who would benefit from an aging in place plan will not accept one. They understand the risk and consequences, but take no action. I'm fine. You know, maybe you're not fine. Maybe you're just strong-willed, but accepting help is not a bad thing. It takes more courage to accept help than to deny help. It's often seen as a negative. Risk can also result in positive risk, upside risk. So accepting help admits that you need help, but on the upside, I'm getting the help I need, so it's worth it. Aging in place environments should support all of your needs, including your activities of daily living. Positive, meaningful experiences supersede the risk. Who wants to be bored? Not me. So plan for your future. Aging in place can be your future. Know your risk, resources, and financial options. If you're going to stay home, you need to make sure that you're financially able to take care of your home, physically able to take care of your home, and happy in your home. And as your circumstances may change, adapt and evolve your plan and your future. Okay. So aging in place, being successful at it means you retain your control. You can accept help and still retain your control. You're not losing your independence just because you're asking for help. All right. Managing the home, maintaining the home, and live their lives well. And whatever that well means for you. So services, some services that might help you stay in your home. Organizers, they make sure the house is clutter-free, clean, and safe. Professional caregivers can help you. You can hire a caregiver or suggest family members to help you with activities of daily living. Keep in mind, if you need help in the restroom, you don't really want an adult male child to help you if you are mom. It's not fun. It's really not a fun experience. some of the suggestions I do advise people to get is a bidet. If you do need assistance in the restroom, a bidet makes everything so much easier for you and anyone who's caring for you. And they're not expensive. You can get them on Amazon for like 30, 40 bucks. Senior services, Catholic charities, they have social service programs they can assist you with. There's money managers who can help you pay your bills. And there's handymen who can help fix the minor issues of your house. You have doorknobs that are loose, you have a light bulb that needs changed, you want something painted, all of these things can be done by a handyman. There are nutritional programs, so if you don't cook anymore or you're not able to cook, there are nutritional programs. And if you don't like their food, you can always get food delivered, Grubhub or any of those things, the restaurants will deliver. There is transportation through your local cities, and hospitals have transportation. The village and city has directory of services available right on their sites. There are visiting nurses. There's clergy who will visit you. There's counselors. There's also doctors who do house calls, which is pretty cool. Keep everybody that you utilize, keep their numbers close and within easy reach. So when you need help, they're ready to dial. So getting your resources ready now, even if you don't need them, or getting them lined up and keeping track of them will help you for your future planning. Some service providers that will also help you: maid service. I don't know about you, but I hate cleaning. I am so done cleaning. It's not fun. Elder law attorneys, they can help you plan with your legal docs, your power of attorney for healthcare and property. They can put your house in a trust and make sure that everything's protected for your future needs. Accountants can keep your money in order, which is nice. A financial advisor or trust officer can help you manage your money and make sure that you have enough money for the rest of your life. And the trust officer will actually help take care of you as you age. An ombudsman fights for your rights. So if you have an issue, the ombudsman will help you. And the fire and police departments, of course, are always there for you. So who do you trust? Who is the most trustworthy person in your life? It could be an adult child, it could be your spouse, it could be your best friend, it could be your clergy, it could be anyone you want, right? Who is the power of attorney for healthcare and property? The power of attorney never gets implemented until you no longer can make a decision for yourself. So if you become incapacitated for any reason, your power of attorney can help make those decisions that you can't make. They can help you find your senior community should you not be able to do that. They can help pay for your bills if they're the power of attorney for property, and you need your bills paid, guys. So if you're in the hospital for some reason for a month or two, your bills need to get paid. So your power of attorney steps in and pays your bills for you. It's important. Do you have a living will, also known as advance directives? That tells everybody what you want should something happen to you. Do you want CPR? Do you want a feeding tube? Do you want everything done for you, or do you want nothing done for you? It's your decision. What do you want as you age? Now, this is something about living your life well. What does it look like? Well, I want to play cards every day. I want to swim in a swimming pool. I want to walk outside with nature. What do you want? Write it down. How are you going to adapt your home to make it safer as you age? And what do you want to stay home? Why do you want to stay home? Is it a real reason, or is it just because you're afraid of change? Change is not easy, not gonna lie, but it could be really rewarding for some people. General spaces. Now we're going to talk about your house and keeping it safe. Keeping you safe in your home, I should say. So things to consider: eliminate uneven floor surfaces or thresholds. Beveling surfaces or highlighting with paint or tape so you can see them. As we age, we tend to shuffle more, and as we shuffle, those thresholds that are uneven, that have a little raise, you can slide out into them and trip and fall. So it's better to get those removed, smooth them out, get rid of them. Okay. It's, we're always tripping on stuff. Light switches, things to consider when you live at home. Are the light switches large and easy to manipulate? Are they the press kind, or are they easy to push on and off? Or do you have to turn them, or are they just too difficult? You might want to think about changing out your switches. It's not expensive to change out your switches. Install higher wattage bulbs for better lighting, and replace old fixtures. If you have old lamps with really old cords, it might be time to replace those lamps because those cords can actually catch fire. The codes have changed since the 30s and 40s. Those lights are really neat, but it might be time to modify those by an expert or replace them. Night lights and motion sensor lights throughout the house are very helpful. I don't know about you, but I have a very lit up house because my eyes do not let a lot of light in anymore. And so I do have lights everywhere. Motion sensor lights are fabulous. You can get motion sensor lights that are, they use the sun to make them work. You don't even have to have plugs in the wall anymore. Pretty neat. Solar powered night lights and motion lights are pretty neat. The handles in your house, are the doorknobs levers or are they round knobs? Round knobs as we age are very hard to turn and grasp, especially if you have arthritis, bursitis, or any hand issues, right? Carpal tunnel. So levers are so much better, such as this here. That lever is easy. The knobs are bad, where you have to turn these handles. These are all bad. Anything you can push with your fist or your elbow is better. These are all better for you, okay? Paint the top half of a wall different color than the bottom for easier viewing, so you can see the differences and you can track as you're walking. Install a handrail in the middle of it, and that handrail actually helps guide you as you're walking. Functional furniture is important. Furniture with arms. Purchase sofas and chairs with arms. They need to be firm and higher off the ground so you can sit down and get up easily. If your chair or your couch is really low to the floor, getting in and out of them is going to be a nightmare. Or if they're too soft, getting out of them is going to be a nightmare. And if you don't have handles, how are you going to get up? You're going to roll off the couch? No, that doesn't sound too fun. Maybe don't do that. Round furniture is safe. It's safer than square and rectangle furniture. If you notice, these are wood tables. They're softer. So if you do fall and hit this table, the table is not going to break. You might get a little hurt and bruised, but you're not going to get seriously injured. You notice the rounds are pretty nice. When you get glass tables, if you fall on a glass table, it's going to shatter and it's going to hurt. If you have corners and you hit that corner with your head, it can kill you. So try to remember to avoid that. And this here is an area rug. I hate area rugs. Rugs are the death of everything. Like I trip over rugs all the time. And you know, I'm 55 years old. I can't wait till I'm 65 and my balance changes, because at 65, everyone's balance changes. So get rid of your throw rugs. Yeah, they're pretty, but they're also death traps. So I don't like them unless you glue them down there, tape them down and make sure the corners don't pop up. That's fine. Or if you slide your feet, you can't have throw rugs, and you just can't. Okay. Declutter your house. Clutter is awful. Clutter causes a lot of problems, tripping, falling, hurting our feet by stepping on things. You know, Legos. Legos are always fun to step on. Put all useful items in easy access areas. Install pull-out shelves. Pull-out shelves are so much easier to work with than your standard shelves. You don't have to crawl into your cabinet to get things. Loose cords from radios, hair dryers, etc. should be removed from walkways and never near water. Warm tones like reds and yellows are easier to see with our eyes when our eyes are failing. So you can use those colors for your color scheme. And make sure your furniture is positioned to minimize glare from lighting from overhead or from outside. And also positioned so you can use it to walk around your house. Put non-slip mats in your kitchen. Check thresholds for trip hazards. Walkways around dining areas have to have easy clearance for mobility. Night lights and motion sensors in the kitchen. We hang in, everybody hangs in the kitchen. So the kitchen should be the most lit up, easily accessed area in the house. All useful items are in easy access areas. And again, pull out shelves. What I always tell people is the things you're going to use all the time should be in easiest reach. And if you don't use things all the time, you put them way low or way high. And anything way high cannot be heavy. So you're not going to put pots and pans over your head, because if they fall, they're going to fall on your head and they're going to cause damage. You put those really low. Tupperware is good over your head, because if it falls on your head, you're not going to get hurt. You know, things like that. Use assistive grab devices to help you get the things in the back areas of your cabinets or your pantries. Portable timers to track cooking food. If you are cooking in your kitchen and you tend to forget what you're doing, or you get distracted easily like a squirrel like me, have your watch or your phone timer on so it beeps at you and you know that you've got something on the stove. Okay. Do not use or wear loose fitting clothes in the kitchen. We tend to get stuck on things and they can catch fire. Get grippers to open lids, you know, jar openers. And the non-slip bowls and cups are really nice. There are cups now that have rubber on them so that when they're on the counter, they don't tip. Those are really neat. Safe kitchens that are ADA compliant. There are some really pretty kitchens. I was researching kitchens and I found all of these online. These are all ADA compliant. This one here has a rolling area where you can roll in with a wheelchair. You can sit here with the wheelchair and sit here and do prep. The plates are easy access. Your oven and your microwave are lower for access. Pretty neat. This is an oven with door handles that open to the sides, so you can get things out easily. If it folded downward, there's no way you could get into that oven if you're in a wheelchair. There's no way. So this is great. These are wonderful, actually. I prefer these better because when you're 5'2" like me, getting into the oven is a nightmare. I can't get anything out. It's awful. Food warmers like this, they cook low. This is a nice little oven that's low. It's like in a drawer. Pretty cool. All of this is ADA compliant. Here, it's nice and safe. It's an electric burner. Gas burners are great to cook on and they cook things evenly, but as we age and we forget things, gas burners are bad because it's gas. You want electric. It won't cause a fire. These doors, again, are on the side, which is nice. Grab bars by the commode, in the shower, in the bathtub, elevated seat on the commode, or hydraulic assistive devices on the commode are helpful when you need to get up and down and your knees are killing you. All right, so these are all wonderful. And they're very useful because you can get in and out easily. I love this shower. It's really nice. You can roll in, you can roll out. It's great. Bathrooms, the faucets should be levers, not knobs. Plastic cups and accessories are always better in a bathroom. If you drop a plastic cup, it's not going to break. Bright colors are wonderful because you can see them more readily. Higher watt bulbs and bath bench or chair with non-slip feet. Keep in mind, as we age and our eyes go, if you have any cognitive impairment, you also can't tell the difference. So if your toilet's all white, you cannot tell if it's open or closed when you have dementia or Alzheimer's or you have an issue. So getting a different colored toilet seat is very helpful, okay? This is just an extreme color purple. You can also get wood because the wood looks totally different than the white. Slippery surfaces are hazards. Non-slip stickers in your tubs and showers or non-slip coatings are good. This is a nice insert. It's just plastic. You stick it in, you can take it out nice and easy. Non-slip moisture absorbing surfaces by the tub or shower, not towels and rugs that slide. Eliminate uneven floor surfaces and thresholds. Non-slip bathroom floor. This has texture. You see there's texture on here, so you won't slide. If this even just gets wet, you're not going to slide. If this was a smooth surface, you're definitely going to fall. All right, on your stairs, use the handrail, people. There's no reason not to use the handrail. Install a stair lift. If you can't get up and down stairs, you can install a stair lift. You can wear gripper socks with non-slip coating underneath so you don't fall when you're going up and down the stairs. And the gripper socks, you can also have gripper slippers, or you can wear indoor shoes, tennis shoes, or whatever you want that have gripper in them that you wear only in the house. Never put clutter on the stairs or near the stairs. It's just a trip hazard. In good lighting so you can see yourself going up and down the stairs. Apply stickers that have coarse coating to prevent slipping on wood stairs. That helps too. It doesn't look so nice, but it is helpful. Remove throw rugs or tack them down. Remove your clutter. This is in your bedroom, guys. Make sure your bed is low enough to easily slide on and off, that you don't have to take a running start to get on it. Or you have to roll off because you can fall. Put a light with an easy reach so you can turn the light on before you get out of bed. And a phone should always be near your bed because if there's an emergency, you need to, call. An emergency pull cord or pennant should be close to the bed too. If you have that opportunity in your apartment or your home, the emergency cord or pennant should be right next to you in your bed. Night lights and motion sensors are wonderful. If you get out of bed, the lights automatically go on so you can see. Familiar photographs and decorations are good. So if you wake up and you're not quite sure of where you're at sometimes, it's good to have photos and decorations that you're used to. A safety floor mat with an alarm is great. So if you have a loved one who has cognitive impairment, dementia, Alzheimer's, any of those things, when they get out of bed, your phone can get notified that they're out of bed. You can also get an alarm that tells you they're out of bed. Bed alarms, that just tells you that someone's got out of bed or a chair so that you're aware and you can go help as needed. All right. There are wonderful personal emergency response systems available now. in watches, in bracelets, in necklaces. You can have them set up to automatically call 911. So if you do fall and it knows you've fallen, it will automatically call. Window and door alarms let you know when a window or door has been opened. This is very important should you live with someone with cognitive impairment, because if someone wanders or they're a wanderess, you can get to them quite quickly if you know they've left. All right. And then an Apple Watch. Apple Watches have come a long way. They actually can help you if you fall as well. Okay. And you can say, hey, Siri, or what's the other, Alexa, call so-and-so, and they'll call automatically. And I always say, keep your phone on you, no matter if you're just going to the mailbox, keep your phone on you, because what happens if you fall in the middle of the snow and you can't get up and you don't have your phone with you? Well, you're gonna lay there a while. Let's hope not. Hidden cameras. If you have someone coming in to care for your loved one or even yourself and you want to record something, you can. You can let people know there's recording devices on site. And as long as you let them know there's recording devices on site, you can record anything you want. Just not bathroom or changing areas. Okay, that's not appropriate. But there's many, many ways to get a hidden camera in your home or apartment. So the products available for dementia and Alzheimer's disease has come a long way as well. The bed and chair alarm, safety floor mats with alarm. There's wander guards, which basically when they leave a certain area will go off. Find My Friends is on your phone. So if your loved one tends to get lost, if they have their phone with them, you can find them pretty quickly. And then the Zuby tracker you can install in your car. There's other kinds of car things too that you can track. You'd basically just have it attached to the car. It will tell you where the person went, how long it took for them to get there, etc. So for instance, if your husband says, hey, I'm going to the grocery store, and 5 hours later, he's back and you say, where'd you go? He says, the grocery store. You can look at your tracker and go, no, you were up in Indiana. You were in Indiana, then you came back, then you went here, then you went to the grocery store. And then you can prove that this person does need help. Okay. Some products, touchless faucets we talked about. Automatic soap dispensers are nice, so you don't have to press anything. Lighted switches help, and captioning telephones. If you're hearing impaired, you could get a captioned telephone through Medicare. It's free. My friend from CapTel will come to your house. They'll install the phone for free, and then you can read whatever they're saying to you on the phone. It's really nice. And if you don't have one, you should get one because they're wonderful. My mom and dad have two. And it's the only way I can talk to them. So it's very, very helpful. Durable medical equipment. There are so many options now that are so great. There's all sorts of walkers and rollators. There's wheelchairs. There's scooters. There's canes. This cane's really neat because it moves with you. It bends with you. It folds up. It has a light. Pretty cool. I like DME equipment. And you can always bedazzle it, make it fun. Medications, you could get reminders for autofill reminders, alarm packs. Some of these, like this one here, lights up and makes a noise if you haven't taken your medication by a certain time. Here's one that just pops open. You just press it, and each day of the week, and then you know when you've taken it. There's auto dispensers. There's packs you can get from like Walgreens or CVS. They can do a pack. So if you take 12 pills in the morning, you just get one of your packs, open it up, it's all ready for you. Kind of nice. All kinds of pill dispensers. And you can also get one that if you haven't taken your meds or your loved one hasn't taken their meds, it will notify someone by their smartphone and let them know you haven't taken your meds. And then they can call you and say, hey, mom, did you forget to take your meds? And then you take them. Telehealth, telemedicine, teletherapy. Wow, guys. Since COVID, I mean, COVID was terrible. We all know that, awful. But some of the coolest things have come out of it, and that's telehealth. Telehealth is wonderful. You can get a doc on the phone immediately to help you with an issue. They can even look at your throat. They can talk to you about your issues and help you. You can get therapy at home. So if you have an issue going out, you can have a therapist or your counselor help you right in your own home, which is really nice. Okay. Fall detection. There are fall detection devices. Emerald monitors activities, detects changes in behavior, such as lack of movement or change in gait, and it can predict the probability of a fall. Wow, pretty neat, huh? Smart watches can tell if you're falling. Life alert pendants and wristbands can tell if you're falling, and they can be programmed to call anyone you want. When my dad's life alert pendant goes off, they call me. They call my dad, they call me, they call my mom, they call the neighbor, they call everybody. It's pretty neat. Sometimes it's hard to cook. Sometimes it's hard to clean the house, fix things, answer the doorbell, bathe, take care of wounds, do physical therapy, and drive to appointments and shop on our own. So what would you do? You're going to get help, right? There's all sorts of help. There's inclusive community programs, Alzheimer's friendly communities, Alzheimer's village, pretty neat stuff. So an Alzheimer's friendly community is one where people are trained in the neighborhood to watch for people who seem lost and help them. They're kind people. They're trained to be kind, which is wonderful. And Alzheimer's village is like a little city that where only people that are like nurses and CNAs work there, and all the people that are in it live there. But it's like its own little city. Really neat. There's one in Holland. I wish we had one here. It's really, really cool. You may want to consider asking for help, getting a home service agency, home health. Now, the difference between home service and home service is non-skilled labor. Okay, that's companion care. They can help you with bathing, dressing. They can remind you to take medication. They cannot give it to you. They can't hand it to you. They can't distribute it. Okay. A home health agency is typically prescribed by a doctor. And it's a nurse who can come in and help you with like wounds or getting you set up to get your care in the home by your loved one, and then they leave. There's nutritional programs, transportation programs, social service programs, outside professional services, and anything you could ever want. Illinois is a great state to age in. We have thousands and thousands of opportunities, okay? Or you can consider moving to a new environment as you age. And again, that takes planning too. As we age, we must consider that we may not be able to stay home well. If alternative housing is required, the following are some points to consider before moving. Not every community is the same. Every community is different. They have different personalities, they have different employees, different residents, different values. So you have to go look at them and tour and make sure they're your people. Make sure there's somewhere you'd want to live and be with these people. You do have choice. And in Illinois, there's thousands of choices. What services and activities and amenities do you want? What can you afford? These are all questions you have to ask. And then once you figured it out, go visit 4 or 5 communities, figure out what you like. You don't have to move today, but it doesn't hurt to look and plan. And then you can tell your loved ones what you want. So you go look, you figure it out, you talk to your adult children, say, hey, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. Because by the time you want to move to senior housing, those buildings can change, right? The people change, the employees change. So you would just tell them what you like and don't like about communities, all right? So planning for the unexpected as we age helps us avoid a crisis. Looking at all the possibilities will help you plan for your future needs. And there's always someone available to help you through the process. You're never alone, unless you want to be, which is fine too. Alrighty. Does anybody have any questions for me? I'm going to go ahead and stop my sharing. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and stop this live feed. And I'm going to stop recording. Oopsie.